So if we continue along, we can take a look, and we can see that that's exactly what would happen. You'd have your asymptotes at 0, pi, negative pi. And if you keep on going, you'd have another one, it's off the graph, but at 2 pi. So you have one at 0, pi, 2 pi, negative pi. And again, keep remembering that these graphs keep on going forever, including the asymptotes and everything. So what that means is our asymptotes and again, as a reminder, this is our cotangent graph that we're looking at. Our asymptotes are happening at just regular multiples of pi. Not odd multiples of pi over 2 like we were doing before, just multiples of pi. So that would look like x equals n pi. And again, just like before, where n's an integer. The period's the same. The period is that we're repeating ourselves every pi. And let's see, the cotangent function is just like the tangent function. It is odd. Where its x-intercepts, though, be careful. Its x-intercepts are actually happening now where the asymptotes were happening on the tangent graph at odd multiples of pi over 2. So what we would do is we would say that the x-intercepts are happening at x equals the 2n plus 1. That gives us the odd part times pi over 2. That's where your x-intercepts are happening at odd multiples of pi over 2. X-intercepts at odd multiples of pi over 2. Just make sure that we put that out in words just in case. Okay, now let's talk about the domain. Notice the domain, just like before, you can plug in any x value you want except for these vertical asymptotes. So our domain would be any x's such that x isn't, or is not equal to, the asymptotes. Well, remember that the asymptotes are happening at multiples of pi, so that'd be n times pi. Okay, continuing along the range, notice if we follow our graphs, they go down forever and up forever. So just like the tangent graphs, the range is going to be negative infinity to positive infinity. And again, I am going to make a little comment just as a reminder that n is an integer, meaning it can be positive, negative whole numbers, or 0. So things like -1, 0, 1, 2, -2, and it keeps on going forever. So to summarize, if you want a quick way to kind of think about tangent versus cotangent, because it's going to be very easy to accidentally get these in reverse, is when I think of tangent, I think of, let's see, what shape do I see? I think of more of like the cube graph going up. And it's always increasing. Whereas the cotangent graph looks very similar, but it's the reverse. It's going down. So it kind of looks like the cube graph, but decreasing. So the tangent graph is always increasing. The cotangent graph is always decreasing. They both have the asymptotes along either side, and they both cross the x-axis in the middle. But that's kind of the shape that you should have a quick picture of in your head so you don't accidentally get the two graphs mixed up.